The baby's lips were turning blue when I found her in the trash at 9:47 p.m. But the billionaire's wife standing 10 feet away in a white cocktail dress wasn't crying, wasn't panicking, just watching. And I knew she put that baby there. What I didn't know was she'd spend the next 11 days framing me for assault, planting evidence in my room, slicing her own hand with a knife to destroy me, and locking that baby in a dark storage room to get me arrested. But a 10-month-old baby learned to talk. And what she said exposed why Victoria tried to murder her niece twice, how a $15 million inheritance was worth more than a child's life, and the security footage that proved everything. Hit subscribe and notifications right now because this story will leave you speechless. Smash that like button and comment where you're watching from. Every second of this matters. Let's dive in. My name is Grace Martinez. 16 years at the Holloway Estate in Los Angeles. 16 years invisible. Thursday night, September 14th, 9:45 p.m. I'm in the dining room polishing crystal when I hear it. A sound that makes every hair on my body stand up. Whimpering, faint, desperate. I stop. Listen. The mansion is empty. Mr. and Mrs. Holloway are at a charity gala. Other staff went home at 8. I'm alone. The sound comes again. Louder now. A baby crying. My hands start shaking. I drop the cloth and run, barefoot across cold marble, through the kitchen where the smell of lavender floor cleaner mixes with something else. Something wrong. I burst through the service door. Motion lights explode on, blinding me. 3 industrial trash containers line the brick wall. Black, massive, scheduled for 6 a.m. pickup. The crying is coming from inside them. I rip open the first lid. Garbage bags, rotting food, nothing else. Second container, nothing. Third container. I see her, a baby, curled between 2 garbage bags. The smell hits me like a fist. Rotting vegetables, soiled diaper, something chemical and sour that burns my throat. Her skin is ice cold, literally, like touching a frozen chicken from the freezer. Her lips are cracked and bleeding, turning blue at the edges. Her eyes are wide open, staring at nothing. She's not even crying anymore, just lying there, dying. I don't think. I grab her and she latches onto my shirt with fingers so cold they feel like plastic. Her heart is hammering against my chest. Too fast. Hummingbird fast. Hypothermia. Maybe 5 minutes left before organ failure. That's when I hear it. Click, click, click. Heels on concrete. I turn. Victoria Holloway stands 15 feet away. White cocktail dress. Valentino. 5-inch Louboutins. Hair in perfect waves. Diamond necklace catching the security lights. Full makeup. Red lipstick unsmudged. Not a single strand of hair out of place. Not a tear on her face. Her breathing is calm, steady, controlled. Our eyes meet. And in that moment, I know. She put this baby here. Oh my God, Grace. Her voice is smooth. Too smooth. Where did you find her? I stare at her. Can't speak. Grace, answer me. Where was she? In the trash. I finally whisper. Victoria's hand flies to her mouth. But her eyes don't change. They stay cold. Dead. Empty. That's Lily, she says. That's my daughter. The baby starts screaming the second Victoria steps closer. Not crying. Screaming. Primal terror. Like she's being burned alive. Then Marcus Holloway explodes through the door. The difference is immediate. His shirt is untucked. Tie hanging loose. Hair wild. Mascara running down his face. Yes, mascara. This grown man has been crying so hard his wife's makeup rubbed off on him. Where was she? His voice cracks completely. In the garbage. I say, watching Victoria. Someone broke in. Victoria says quickly. Too quickly. Someone tried to kill our baby, Marcus. But I'm watching her hands. No trembling. No shaking. Perfectly steady. Marcus takes Lily from me. She calms slightly but her eyes stay locked on mine. Pleading. Desperate. Grace. Marcus's voice breaks. You saved her life. If you hadn't been here, she was minutes from death. I say quietly. Victoria smiles at me. Just for a second. there and gone. Maybe Grace should care for Lily, Victoria says softly, just until things settle down. She has experience with babies. The way she says experience makes my skin crawl. Marcus nods. Would you, Grace? Just temporarily? Of course. But I'm watching Victoria. And Victoria is watching me. She knows I saw something. And I know she knows. That night, Marcus rushes out to buy diapers, formula, clothes. Victoria disappears into her master suite. Claims she's too traumatized to function. I carry Lily to the kitchen sink. Fill it with warm water. Not hot. Warm. Her body temperature is dangerously low. I lower her in slowly. She stops shaking for the first time. Her tiny fingers wrap around mine. I haven't held a baby since my daughter died of leukemia 12 years ago. Haven't let myself get close to a child since Emily took her last breath in my arms. The wound I buried rips open like it happened yesterday. Lily looks up at me, makes a sound. Not crying. Just a soft coo. And something inside me cracks. When I finish bathing her, I turn off the kitchen light. Victoria is standing in the doorway, silent, watching in the darkness. Sweet dreams, Grace. She turns and walks away, her white dress practically glowing in the dim hallway. I look down at that dress. Not a single stain, not a wrinkle, not a speck of dirt. And that's when the question starts burning in my mind. If your baby was missing for 3 hours, if you'd been frantically searching, if you'd been tearing the house apart, how is your white designer dress still pristine? Friday morning, 4:30 a.m. I wake early to make Lily's first bottle. She's sleeping in a portable crib in my small quarters off the kitchen. When I lean over her, she opens her eyes and smiles, lifts her tiny arms toward me. Mama, she whispers. My heart stops. I lift her gently. She nestles into my shoulder, fits perfectly, like she was meant to be there. By 6 a.m., I'm carrying Lily in a sling while I start my morning work. She's calm, content, safe. At 7:30 a.m., I go to make her second bottle. The bottles I sterilized last night are scattered in the sink, covered in dried formula, sticky juice residue, food scraps. I stop breathing. I sterilized these bottles at 11 p.m. I remember because I was watching the kitchen clock, making sure I boiled them for exactly 5 minutes like the instructions said. Someone came into the kitchen after I went to bed. Someone contaminated them. I washed them again, hands shaking. Saturday morning. I'm changing Lily's diaper. I open it and freeze. There's a clean, surgical slice through the side. Not a tear. Not a rip from normal use. A cut. Made with scissors. I examine it closely. The edges are too perfect. Too precise. Someone cut this diaper while Lily was wearing it. Which means someone came into my room while we were sleeping. I save the diaper in a plastic bag. Hide it under my mattress. Evidence. Sunday afternoon. Victoria hosts a small luncheon for women from her social circle. Designer handbags, Botox, judgment. I'm serving champagne and finger sandwiches Rosa prepared. Lily is in her playpen nearby, happy, babbling, playing with soft blocks. Everything is fine, until Lily suddenly starts shrieking. Not crying, not fussing, shrieking like someone is stabbing her. I drop the tray and run to her, lift her out, check her diaper, check her temperature, look for injuries. Nothing. Nothing is wrong. But she won't stop screaming. Grace, please, Victoria says sharply. We're trying to have a conversation. Take her to the kitchen. I'm sorry, Mrs. Holloway. She's never. Just go. I carry Lily away. She screams for 23 minutes straight. I time it. 23 agonizing minutes. Then suddenly stops. Exhausted. Defeated. When I return to clear the dishes, I hear Victoria through the half-open door. Honestly, Grace is losing her edge. This is the 4th incident this week. Yesterday she left bottles dirty. Today this. I think she's overwhelmed. Maybe hire a professional nanny, one friend suggests. Marcus insists on Grace. But between you and me, she's 62 years old. I'm worried she's slipping. I'm 58, not 62. But that's when Rosa appears beside me in the hallway, pulls me into the pantry. "I saw what happened," she whispers urgently. "What?" "When you were serving champagne," Victoria leaned over the playpen. She pinched Lily, hard, on her thigh. That's why she started screaming. My blood turns to ice. "You saw her do it?" Rosa nods. "I was bringing out more sandwiches. Victoria didn't see me. She pinched her deliberately, then stepped back before you turned around." "Why would she?" "I don't know. But Grace, that woman is dangerous. Be careful." Monday morning. I wake up at 4:30 like always. Make Lily's bottle. Start the coffee maker. Begin my rounds. At 10 a.m., I go back to my room to get Lily's diaper bag. There's a baby bottle shoved under my pillow. It reeks. Absolutely reeks. Dried formula crusted on the inside. Sour milk smells so strong it makes me gag. I pull it out with 2 fingers. I sterilized every bottle last night. Every single one. Arranged them neatly by the kitchen sink. Footsteps in the hallway. Marcus appears in my doorway. Sees the bottle. His face changes. "Grace, what is that?" "I found it under my pillow. I didn't put it there." He steps closer. The smell hits him. He winces. "Grace, you never leave bottles like this. Ever. In 16 years, you've never." "Someone planted it, Mr. Holloway. Someone is trying to make me look incompetent." The words hang in the air. Who would do that? I can't say it. Can't accuse Victoria without proof. I don't know. But I didn't leave this here. Marcus sighs. We're all exhausted. The trauma from Thursday night. Maybe you forgot. I didn't forget. Just be more careful, Grace. Please. He walks away, and I realize the trap is closing. But what I don't see is Victoria standing at the end of the hallway, holding her phone, recording everything. Tuesday afternoon. I'm in the garden with Lily. She's taking wobbly steps between the bench and the fountain, learning to walk, giggling every time she makes it 3 steps without falling. Mama, look! She points at a butterfly. My heart swells. That's when Victoria appears on the patio, watches us. Her expression is unreadable. She's very attached to you, Victoria says coolly. She's a sweet baby. Sometimes I worry she's too attached. Victoria steps closer, her heels clicking on the stone. You need to remember something, Grace. You're the help. I'm her mother. Of course, Mrs. Holloway. Some women, Victoria continues, her voice dropping, especially women who've lost children, they get confused. They see a vulnerable baby and they project. They try to fill a void that can't be filled. The words hit me like a slap. I'm not trying to replace. Aren't you? Victoria's eyes are cold. My husband mentioned you lost a daughter 12 years ago. Leukemia, wasn't it? How does she know that? I never told the Holloways about Emily. That's very sad, Victoria continues. But Lily isn't your second chance. She's mine. And if you forget that again, there will be consequences. She turns and walks away. I hold Lily tighter. Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. I'm folding laundry in the utility room when I hear voices. Marcus and Victoria in the hallway outside. I'm worried about Grace, Victoria says. Yesterday she snapped at me in the garden. Got very defensive when I tried to hold Lily. That doesn't sound like Grace. Marcus, she's showing signs of attachment disorder. She lost her own daughter and now she's fixating on ours. I think we need to consider other options. What kind of options? A professional nanny. Someone without personal trauma affecting their judgment. Victoria, Grace saved Lily's life, and I'll always be grateful. But gratitude isn't reason enough to keep someone who's becoming unstable around our child. My hands freeze on the towels. She's building a narrative, piece by piece, laying groundwork to get rid of me. But why? What is she hiding that requires me gone? Thursday afternoon. The breaking point. Victoria is in the kitchen. I walk in carrying Lily. Victoria is chopping vegetables with a large chef's knife. The blade catches the light. 8 inches long. Razor sharp. We need to discuss Lily's feeding schedule, Victoria says without looking up. What about it? I want to make changes. More structure. She's following the pediatrician's recommendations. Victoria turns, knife in hand, steps toward me. I don't need a pediatrician to tell me how to feed my own child. I step back. Lily squirms in my arms, sensing the tension. Mrs. Holloway, I'm just following the doctor's orders. She calls you Mama. Victoria's voice is ice. My daughter calls you Mama. That stops today. She's just confused. You've manipulated her, stolen her affection, made her afraid of me. Victoria steps closer. I see it in her eyes. Something wild. Something dangerous. I haven't done anything. Victoria suddenly lurches forward. It happens so fast. She stumbles directly into the knife she's holding. The blade slices across her palm. Deep, blood immediately pouring. Ah! She drops the knife. Clatters on the tile. Grace pushed me. She tried to grab the knife. What? No. Marcus comes running from his office. What happened? She attacked me. Victoria is sobbing now, holding up her bleeding hand. She tried to take the knife. Look what she did. That's not true. She stumbled. You were standing right next to me. Victoria screams. Everyone will see. Rosa. Where's Rosa? Rosa runs in from the patio, eyes wide. She only catches the end. Victoria on the floor. Knife nearby. Blood everywhere. Me standing 3 feet away with Lily in my arms. I need to go to the hospital. Victoria sobs. She's dangerous, Marcus. She's completely lost control. Marcus stares at me. Really stares. Like he's never seen me before. Grace, I think you need to take some time off. No, please. You're clearly under enormous stress. She did this to herself. I saw her deliberately. Listen to yourself, Victoria says through tears. You're making insane accusations. Marcus helps Victoria to her feet. Blood drips on the white tile. But I notice something. Victoria's crying, sobbing, clutching her hand. But she's not wincing, not grimacing from pain. And when she looks at me over Marcus's shoulder, for just a split second, she smiles. That night, Rosa slips into my room after everyone's asleep. I believe you, she whispers. What? About the knife. I saw you through the window before I came inside. You were too far away to have pushed her. Relief floods through me. Thank you. God, thank you. But there's more. I've been watching Victoria. She's been going through the house at night, going into your room when you're asleep. I saw her 2 nights ago with her phone, taking pictures of something. Pictures of what? I don't know. But Grace, whatever she's planning, it's big. And I think you're running out of time. What we don't know is that Victoria is standing outside the door, listening to every word, her smile growing wider in the darkness. Friday morning, I wake with a plan. If Victoria is building a case against me, I need to build one against her. While Victoria is at her Pilates class and Marcus is at the office, I do something I've never done in 16 years. I search Victoria's private spaces. Her walk-in closet first. Designer dresses arranged by color. Shoes lined up like soldiers. Everything perfect. Everything controlled. That's when I see it. Hanging in the back, covered in plastic. The white dress from Thursday night. I pull it out. Examine it under the light. Still pristine. No stains. No dirt. No wrinkles. But there's a smell. Faint but unmistakable. Bleach. Someone cleaned this dress. Recently. Thoroughly. Why clean a dress that appears to have no stains? Unless there were stains you needed to remove. I take a photo with my phone. Date and timestamp visible. Then I move to her bathroom. Open drawers carefully. Not disturbing anything. In the back of her medicine cabinet I find a bottle. Prescription sleeping medication. Ambien. Prescribed to Victoria. But here's what makes my hands shake. The prescription was filled 3 weeks ago. 30 pills. The bottle is empty. I photograph it. Then I search her nightstand. Hidden under a stack of magazines, I find something that stops my heart. A journal. I open it. Start reading. The entries are dated. August 28th. Sister died today. They expect me to take her bastard baby. Won't happen. September 1st. Brought the baby home from the hospital. Marcus insisted. Idiot doesn't realize the prenup implications. September 8th. Left her at a fire station. Anonymous drop-off. Problem solved. September 10th. Police traced the baby back to me. The birthmark. Now I have to pretend I want her. September 14th. Tonight. Final solution. Make it look like a break-in. My hands are shaking so hard I can barely hold the journal. September 14th. The night I found Lily in the trash. Victoria planned it. I'm photographing every page when I hear it. The front door. Victoria's voice in the foyer. Grace? Where are you? I'm in her bedroom. Her private sanctuary. If she finds me here, it's over. I shove the journal back exactly where I found it. Close the nightstand. Run to the bathroom. Flush the toilet. Victoria appears in the bedroom doorway as I'm washing my hands. What are you doing in here? Lily had a diaper blowout. I needed baby wipes. The ones in the kitchen ran out. I'm shocked at how steady my voice sounds. Victoria's eyes narrow. Scan the room, looking for anything out of place. There are wipes in the nursery. I didn't want to wake her. She just fell asleep. We stare at each other. She doesn't believe me, but she can't prove anything. Next time, ask permission before entering my private spaces. Of course, Mrs. Holloway. I walk past her, every nerve in my body screaming. But I have what I need. Evidence. That afternoon, Marcus's parents call. They're driving down from San Francisco tomorrow. Unexpected visit. They want to meet their granddaughter. Victoria's face goes white when Marcus tells her. Tomorrow? That's very short notice. They're worried, Victoria. After what happened last week, they want to see Lily is okay. Of course she's okay. She's fine. Then there's no problem. Victoria's jaw tightens, but she smiles. No problem at all. That night I can't sleep. Something feels wrong. At 2 a.m., I hear footsteps outside my door. I lie perfectly still, pretending to sleep. My door opens slowly. Through barely open eyelids, I see a shadow move into my room. Victoria. She crosses to my dresser, opens the top drawer, places something inside, then leaves. I wait 5 minutes, then get up. In my drawer under my clothes, I find a bottle of Ambien, the same prescription from her medicine cabinet. She's planting evidence to make it look like I'm using sleeping pills, building her case that I'm unstable. But she doesn't know I already photographed her empty bottle. Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Marcus's parents arrive. Charles and Eleanor Holloway. Warm, kind, genuinely excited to meet Lily. When they see her, their faces light up. Oh, she's beautiful, Eleanor whispers, tears in her eyes. May I hold her? I hand Lily over. She immediately smiles, reaches for Eleanor's pearl necklace, giggles. She's so happy, Charles says. Such a sweet temperament. That's because Grace takes excellent care of her, Marcus says. Victoria's smile tightens. Well, I'm her mother, Victoria says, reaching for Lily. Come to mommy, sweetheart. The second Victoria's hands touch her, Lily's face changes. The smile dies. She goes rigid, starts whimpering. She's just shy, Victoria says quickly, but Lily is pushing away from her, reaching back toward me. Mama, Lily cries. Mama. Eleanor's eyebrows raise. She calls Grace Mama? Children get confused, Victoria says, her voice tight. Grace spends a lot of time with her. But Lily is crying harder now, fighting to get away from Victoria. Maybe Grace should take her, Charles suggests carefully. The moment I lift Lily, she stops crying, wraps her arms around my neck. Victoria's face is stone. Over lunch, Eleanor asks questions about Lily's routine. Victoria stumbles over basic answers. Can't remember what time Lily wakes up, what foods she likes, when her last doctor's appointment was. I have to answer everything. You seem very hands-off, Eleanor observes. I've been recovering, Victoria says defensively, from the trauma of what happened. Of course, Eleanor says, but her eyes are concerned. After lunch, Victoria announces, I'll put Lily down for her nap. I watch her carefully. The nursery is downstairs, Mrs. Holloway. I know where the nursery is, Grace, but Victoria heads toward the stairs. Going up, not down. I glance at Rosa. She sees it too. Marcus is showing his parents the garden. Nobody else notices. 30 minutes pass. Then Victoria comes running down the stairs. Hair disheveled. Eyes wild. She's gone. Lily's gone. Someone took her. Chaos erupts. Eleanor starts crying. Charles immediately calls 911. Marcus is shouting, running room to room. But I'm already moving. Up the stairs. Following my instinct. There's a storage room at the end of the upstairs hallway. We use it for holiday decorations. Seasonal items. The door is closed. I hear something. Faint whimpering. I try the handle. Locked. From the outside. She's in here. I shout. Marcus comes running. His father behind him. Rosa. Eleanor. Charles forces the door open. Lily sits on the floor in the pitch dark. Surrounded by cardboard boxes. Face soaked with tears. Diaper soiled. She sees me and screams. Mama! Mama! I scoop her up. She's shaking. Terrified. How did she get in here? Eleanor demands. Everyone turns to look at me. I'm standing in the doorway, with Lily in my arms. In a locked room. I heard her crying. You locked her in here, Victoria says coldly. You forgot you put her here for her nap. What? No. The nursery is downstairs. We've been worried about your memory, Victoria continues. The bottles. The knife incident. Now this. She's lying. I say desperately. Victoria took her upstairs. Everyone saw it. I took her to change her diaper, Victoria says smoothly. I used the changing table in our master suite. Then I brought her back down to the nursery. You must have taken her upstairs after that. That's not true. But Marcus is looking at me with doubt in his eyes. Grace, he says quietly. Why would Victoria lock her own daughter in a storage room? Because she's trying to get rid of me. Don't you see? She's been planting evidence, staging accidents. Listen to yourself, Victoria says. You sound paranoid, delusional. I'm telling the truth. Marcus holds up his hand. Grace, 24 hours. You have 24 hours to prove you didn't do this. If you can't, I need you to leave. Marcus, no. 24 hours. Lily is screaming as Marcus takes her from my arms, fighting to get back to me. Mama! Mama! The sound breaks me. That night, I hear Victoria through the heating vents. She's in her bedroom directly above mine. On the phone. Everything's in place. Yes, the psychiatrist is ready. He'll testify she's having a breakdown. The grandparents saw her in the locked room. By Monday, she'll be gone. I lie in bed, staring at the ceiling. 24 hours to save myself. 24 hours to save Lily. But I have the photos on my phone. The journal entries. The planted Ambien. I have evidence. Tomorrow everything ends. One way or another. Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Marcus calls Dr. Collins for an emergency examination. He wants an expert medical opinion before making his final decision about me. We gather in the dining room. Marcus, Victoria, the grandparents, Rosa, Dr. Collins, and me. Victoria stands near the window holding Lily. The baby looks pale, exhausted, defeated. Let's examine her, Dr. Collins says gently. He takes Lily from Victoria, places her on the dining table. Lily immediately looks around for me, reaches out. Mama. Dr. Collins examines her carefully. Temperature, heart rate, reflexes. Then he rolls up her sleeves. He stops. His face changes. What is it? Marcus asks. There are bruises here. Multiple bruises. Different stages of healing. Everyone moves closer. Lily's arms are covered in small bruises. Some yellow and fading. Some fresh and purple. All the same size. All the same shape. Finger marks. These are pinch marks, Dr. Collins says quietly. Deliberate. From an adult. Marcus goes white. Grace. No. My voice is steady. I never hurt her. Not once. Then who? Eleanor starts. Lily? Dr. Collins says softly, kneeling beside her. Can you show me who hurt you? The room goes silent. Lily's tiny finger points directly at Victoria. Mommy hurts Lily, she says clearly, touches the bruises. Here and here. Victoria's face goes pale. She's confused. She doesn't understand. When did Mommy hurt you? Dr. Collins asks gently. Lunchtime, Lily says. Lily screams. Mommy pinch. Rosa gasps. The luncheon. When Lily started screaming, I saw Victoria lean over the playpen. I thought she was comforting her, but she was hurting her. I finish, making her scream so I'd look incompetent. Then Lily points toward the window, toward the service yard. Garbage, she says, her little face serious. Lily in garbage. The room freezes. What did you say? Marcus whispers. Garbage. Mommy put Lily in garbage. She couldn't know that, Eleanor says, her voice shaking. No one told her where she was found. Actually, I say, pulling out my phone. Someone did. I swipe to the photos. Hand my phone to Marcus. I found Victoria's journal. In her nightstand. She documented everything. Marcus's hands shake as he reads. His face goes from pale to gray. She planned it. She left Lily at a fire station first. When that didn't work, she tried to murder her, Charles says, reading over his son's shoulder. That's private property. Victoria shrieks. You had no right. You planted evidence in my room, I say calmly. Ambien, to make me look unstable. But I photographed your prescription bottle first. Empty. 30 pills unaccounted for. What were the pills for, Victoria? Dr. Collins asks quietly. Victoria's face crumbles. And there's more, Eleanor says. She's looking at Victoria. Really looking. You're wearing a different dress. What? That night, when Lily was found, you were wearing a white Valentino dress. I remember because I thought it was odd. White dress to search for a missing baby. So where is it now? Victoria's eyes flash with panic. It's in her closet, I say, professionally cleaned, but it still smells like bleach, like someone needed to remove biological evidence. Marcus stares at his wife. Why? You want to know why? Victoria's voice cracks. Because that baby isn't yours. The truth detonates. What? Marcus stumbles backward. She's my sister's baby. My drug addict, loser sister who got pregnant by God knows who, died during delivery, and everyone expected me to just take her kid. You told me we adopted her through an agency. I lied. And do you know why I had to take her at first? Your precious prenup. If I had a child in the house, I got full access to the family trust. $15 million. So I brought her home. But then I realized, if she died before the trust transferred, Charles says, his voice hollow, you'd still get the money without the burden of raising her. Victoria's silence is confession. So you tried twice, Eleanor whispers. Fire station first, then murder. She ruined everything. Victoria screams. I had plans, a life, and then this thing showed up and everyone expected me to sacrifice everything. She's a baby, Marcus says. His voice breaks completely. An innocent baby. She's a mistake I was supposed to fix. The front door opens. 2 police officers walk in. Charles called them 20 minutes ago. They've been standing in the foyer, hearing everything. Victoria Holloway, the lead officer says, you're under arrest for attempted murder, child abuse, and fraud. Victoria fights as they handcuff her, screaming, blaming everyone. This is Grace's fault. She turned you all against me. She stole my daughter. She was never your daughter, Marcus says quietly. You made sure of that. As they drag her toward the door, Victoria locks eyes with me. You took everything from me. No, I say. You did that yourself the moment you put a baby in the trash. 3 weeks later, I'm sitting under the jacaranda tree. Lily is in my lap. She picks a purple petal, places it in my hand. For Mama. I kiss her forehead. Marcus appears with papers. The adoption is finalized. She's legally yours, Grace. Forever. Tears stream down my face. Really? You're her mother. You always were. Lily wraps her arms around my neck. Mama. Home. And I finally understand. Sometimes the family you save becomes the family that saves you. And sometimes justice comes from the smallest voice telling the truth. Like and subscribe for more incredible stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat.